It's Danu on Fire right here on High TV, your luxury channel. It's another episode of Danu on Fire, and today we're checking out this fabulous place where I love to chill, Sugar Beach. Now we are going to be talking to Dinesh. How is it to actually run a restaurant these days? Let's find out some answers right here on Danu on Fire. And we are at Sugar Beach. Actually, today is a perfect day. The sun is just so nice to us. It's a bit warm though. But anyway, it's so nice to be by the sea after a long time. Hi, Dinesh.
Hello, Danu.
Happy to have you. I've actually not had him on the show.
Same here. Yeah.
But I've been to all your restaurants, I think, on this show.
You kind of covered pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But anyway, that's fine. But we have never had you on this show. So it's nice to have you.
Thank you. Thanks. Nice to be here.
Now, one of the reasons why we wanted to speak about restaurants, and especially with you, is the fact that someone who's in the front line working with multiple restaurants, we have gone through such a sticky situation from last year and this year.
Yep.
How are you all facing it? It's like a double blow for Sri Lanka, whereas for the world, it's one blow.
It is. Somebody told me recently, a friend of mine who is an investment banker, he said these events are called black swan events.
Okay.
Right? It's because black swans were considered to be such a rare species, and it was first spotted in Australia or somewhere. So the story goes. And so when you see a black swan, it's such a rare event. So are events like what happened to us now.
Yeah.
The difference is we've had 2 black swan events in a space of 11 months.
I know.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
A lot of people have forgotten we are coming on the back of the horrible events of Easter 2019. And then we were just on our path to recovery, which was steady but slow.
Yeah.
And then just as when we were reaching the crest of that wave, we got hit by this. So
it's definitely not the...
That's how life is at the moment, yeah.
Because I'm sure, I don't think the black swan is so happy to be black. Must be like, come on, I'm the only different one here.
Black swans matter.
So true, the black swan will be like, why, what did I do? But anyway, we seem to have 2 of it. Great.
Yeah.
We are a rare country.
Yeah.
Anyway, here. Please, I want you to eat so I know that, I'm safe.
You
All right,
are
so-
safe.
so
Food
tell
here
me-
is very good.
I must say, I've always loved sugar food. If you do go back in time, I used to crave for their burgers. I'm not the nightclub person. I don't drink
Yeah.
or do any of these. So when I go clubbing, my highlight of the clubbing is the
It's
burger
at the
outside.
end of
I'm
the
like,
night. Yeah.
I was always a food hog. But tell me, what do we have here?
We have very famous bruschettas. That's with tomatoes and mozzarella, pretty much, and with a light vinaigrette. And the hot butter cuttlefish,
Yeah.
the Sri Lankan favorite.
Yeah, it's like it has to be a part of our culture now.
Culture, yeah.
So let's speak a little bit about the menu here. Like,
Yeah.
how do you all come up with this? Because y'all have so many, and y'all have to find variety. You can't have the same thing here and there. How do you sort of brainstorm? And can you cook? Yeah, you can cook.
I can
I
cook,
know, I
yes. I
forgot.
can cook. We did a program
Yeah,
in which
and you're
I
cooking,
cooked
yeah.
a fish dish for you, with my wife. And she didn't do any cooking. I did
No,
the cooking, but
she didn't even know where the kitchen was.
yes, yeah. So when it comes to food, what we do is we try and add variety while maintaining the core ingredient common in most locations.
Right.
Just to keep our inventory low. So, for example, hot butter cuttlefish is available in most of our outlets, and wherever we have it, it's immensely popular. But if you take seafood, for example, we will have different variations of the same dish in different outlets. So the beach is a unique product to the Sugar Bistro, as opposed to the product at Kava, which is aimed at an evening crowd.
Okay.
Right. So
Did you ever think your sugar burgers will become such a statement?
it wasn't even. We didn't even plan to call it sugar burgers. Customer called it.
Yeah, right.
Customers called it sugar burger
Because it was just close to sugar.
It was underneath the staircase of a
Yeah, so you had H2O and on top it was
sugar, the little bar.
There you
yeah,
go.
in one of the bars that we ran. Yeah. So that
Exactly.
is so customers basically drove up there and they referred to it as sugar burgers because it was under sugar.
And you all had like this spicy one where people just cry while they
Yes,
ate,
we
but,
had-
but people loved it though. I loved it. Yeah.
Especially late at night at that
Yes,
time in
it
the
was
morning.
such a good kick. But let's speak about you, Dinesh. Now everyone knows you as someone, they would have seen you. You're always jolly. Are you a jolly person or are you like a very strict person? How do you manage staff?
Depends on where I am.
Okay.
If I'm at work, I would think I'm a bit of a taskmaster.
Right, okay.
Yeah. There's nothing jolly about me at work.
I'm happy that I'm not there.
Lot of people kind of misconstrue that.
Right.
yeah. So I almost wear two
Two
faces.
hats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two hats. Literally, it's two faces. One is like
Yeah.
that. The other one is like that. So that is my work
I'm
face.
so happy I've only seen your first face.
I know. Yeah.
Don't show me the second,
most,
please. I don't think I can handle it.
Most people who have seen my second face are people who work with me.
Good.
Yeah. I'm fair, but I'm very firm.
Fair and firm.
Fair and
Now
firm.
that's a cream that people might like. Everything is going. Everything,
Fair and lovely is out of
That's
the
just
business.
out.
yeah.
Out. That's out. You
Yeah.
know. Now we're
Very
done with
sad.
our first part. We're done with our starters. I'm going to dig into it. But what we're going to do is when we do come back on the other side, we're going to speak a little bit about what are the plans to sort of lift ourselves up after COVID. We'll speak more when we do come back. This is Danu on Fire. Welcome back to the show. It's Danu on Fire right here on High TV in conversation with Dinesh as we spend some quality time at Sugar. I really like
Sugar
this.
Beach.
Sugar. By the beach. Sugar Beach in Mount Lavinia. Correct? I got everything right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
So keeping COVID in mind, we have not forgotten the protocols. All what they give us is sanitized and it's wrapped and it's sealed, so you'll have to open it and only use it, so you have nothing to worry. These are precautions to sort of work around this COVID-19. So something that I wanted to ask you, I really liked his take on it. He was like, oh, everyone is crying about COVID, now let's see how we can like make something out of all of this. Tell me, what have you, how was your thought process?
See, everybody knows the sob story, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to dwell upon the obvious.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jinx, we said it together.
Yeah. Good thing to come out of it. I think we are a lot more hygienic.
Yeah.
Like somebody said, 2020, we were thinking of going to Mars. Here we are still learning how to wash our hands. Yeah. So, and some people needed it more than others.
Yes.
But I mean, this is a classic example of that. It's made us all realize that personal hygiene and food hygiene and hygiene in general is going to be a very important thing moving forward for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, actually, this is now a part of our life. We need to learn to handle the demon that's with us now.
Yeah. I mean, to use a very common overused phrase of the new normal is this. Just social distancing. So I would say some of that is good.
Okay.
Right? It's taught us a way to live in a different manner, and if we kind of adjust ourselves properly, I think it will be a good thing moving forward, right? Social distancing has reiterated people's personal space.
True,
right?
actually.
People don't crowd around you in supermarkets and queues and you know stuff like that.
So you can breathe in peace.
These are the pluses.
And also now, when it comes to restaurants, they did go through a huge crunch because although it was open, not a lot of people wanted to come out and dine. It's also not fun when you have to dine like 5 feet away. You're like, hi, how are you? I'm doing good. So what are the things that you guys do to sort of keep the rules and regulations active and at the same time make it a cozy environment for people to come and like enjoy food? Like, I'm not only talking about your restaurant, but as someone who is a part of the committee.
Restaurants collective.
Collective. Tell me what has Colombo done to sort of, make this all happen?
Well, first thing we did as a country, I think we have to pat ourselves on our backs quite hard for that.
Okay.
Because we've done, touch wood, we've done really well as a country to get to where we are. We acted fast and we acted decisively.
And I think we were very disciplined.
Yeah, acted with discipline, right? Which we don't give ourselves enough credit for. We kind of let ourselves down when it comes to discipline, thinking we don't have it. But we proved to ourselves that we have the discipline when it's needed the most. So therefore, we are actually ahead of the curve, literally, and in a worldwide context, we are ahead of a lot of other developed countries, so to speak. And I think that credit should go to every single human being in this country.
And everyone who sort of set the rules and also followed the rules equally to be
setting
appreciated.
the rules is the easy thing, and everybody understood the need to follow it. And I think we are here today because of that. So as restaurants, we are no different. We are just an extension of that individual sense of responsibility. We acted with a sense of responsibility. We did what we were asked to do by the health authorities, by the tourist board, who I must say has helped us immensely with guidance as well as direction.
Amazing. And now, before we get into the other topic, just want to speak about what's the food in front of us, because that might be like confusing for people why we are not eating. So I've got like this real Sri Lankan rice and curry. Have you all dropped prices?
We haven't dropped prices as such, but we've introduced
affordable
options as well.
Brilliant. So this is, I have a fabulous prawn curry in front of me with coconut milk in it.
That's one of our favorite dishes. It's not the favorite dish.
Yeah, and the prawns are like juicy and big. It's like it ran from the sea into this. I have the Like, you know, I can always do with more pole sambola, but fabulous.
Anybody can,
Yeah, anybody
yeah.
can. And you have a margarita?
I have a margarita.
All
yeah.
right, superb. So, so talking about these recipes, I'm going to just sort of serve a little
Please
bit.
go ahead,
Opening this very clean, closed up pack. Tell me a little bit about when you sort of work on these new sort of menus that are
Okay.
sort of crunched down in price. What do you all keep in mind? Like,
Well, for the way moving forward for the next
few months at least.
few months at least,
Yeah.
we understand and we realize that we are going to be very much dependent on the local traveler, the local customer. We might not be getting as many tourists as we did in the last years.
Yeah.
So we've shifted our focus towards what is popular in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Not only Sri Lankan food, Sri Lankans love pizzas.
definitely.
Sri Lankans love their curries. Sri Lankans love their
Don't know why we love
pastas.
pizza so much, no?
I don't. I
There's
think
that pong touch to it.
I think we have as many pizzas as you get in Italy, yeah, and pizzerias.
Oh, wow.
So we've kind of shifted the menu towards the local preferences. I wouldn't say the local palate,
But
we do have a wide variety of
but most of the picks
flavors.
that
that Sri Lankans like.
mm,
Groups of food that Sri Lankans like.
that prawn curry with kade pao
I can get you some curry pang if you want.
and some butter on the side.
Yes, I can organize both of them.
Fabulous, I tell you. All right, let's get into a break. On the other side, we're going to have a final segment on Danu on Fire. Do stick around. It's sorry. Take 2. We'll see you after the break. It's Danu on Fire. The sun is setting and I'm so happy to be here. We are talking about how to come out of COVID and also about Dinesh and his life. All right.
Post-COVID life.
Yeah, but it's also nice to see that people are walking around and using the beach. It's a good thing.
It is, yeah, it is, yeah.
And Dinesh was telling me something very important. You know, this is our time to support ourselves, help ourselves to come out of this.
Yes, as a country, as a people, I think we kind of got complacent and depended on too much from coming overseas. Whether it's food or construction material, clothing, everything. When we can match and produce almost everything that we import.
And sometimes so good.
We export clothing to the world.
Yeah.
So we know we can do it. Right?
I always wear local.
Yes. No, this is my whole point. I mean,
Yeah.
from food security to security in a business environment. This has taught us a lesson that we need to be self-reliant on a lot of things. We are a country. We mustn't forget. I don't think you're old enough to know this. We are one of the first Asian countries after Japan to start assembling motor cars.
Oh wow.
We were assembling Mazda and Fiat in Sri Lanka in the 1970s. And
Way before my time.
in that sense, we've actually kind of gone back, and we took the foot off the pedal. And I think now is the time that all of us have realized we need to depend on ourselves a lot more than that we did in the past.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a leaf from that and introduce local ingredients into our menu more than what we did in the past, and reflect more of Sri Lanka on the plate.
Yeah, and that's what matters, I think. And what's so amazing is Sri Lankans who live abroad and also the people who come to visit us, they're like, oh, this green salad is so nice, but it's like a mellung of ours.
Yeah.
But we have so underplayed our mellung
Yes.
that it is not sexy anymore, which is unfair.
It's in our minds. I think it's appreciated outside the
Yeah.
country, and we kind of, as I said, like this old way of thinking that anything that comes from across the seas is
Yeah.
better than
What
what
is
we
here.
find here.
That is true.
That mentality has actually made us undervalue what is ours. Even from drinks. I mean, my example is when you go to the Caribbean or to to Cuba, you're not
Yeah.
going to ask for an international brand of a drink. You're going to ask for a local product, right? When I travel overseas, I don't go and ask for Sri Lankan food. I go to a country to enjoy their produce.
I'm sorry.
How's that?
I needed a minute of silence for that to sink in. They're known for the churros here. You all are, right?
We are.
Yeah, it's so nice. You very rarely you get that crunch
Yeah.
and everything together. You all get it right.
We have got it right.
Yeah, sorry I disturbed you.
No, that's fine.
But
yeah.
this was like orgasmic. I had to say it.
So that is something we would like somebody coming from Spain to say, oh my God, this is really good, even though it's
Made here.
from Spain originally, but it's made in Sri Lanka and it's as good as what you get from home. So in that sense, that's another good thing about a positive outcome, if you may, to have come out of the COVID experience. We've kind of, the penny has dropped, saying we need to be more self-reliant.
That is true. It's amazing how we can do so much. We actually have everything going for us.
Everything.
Even in this little frame that you see, we have it all. We have the sunset, we have the clouds, we have the sea, we have the sand. We even have this beautiful place to sit and chill.
We are a blessed country. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just a slogan. We are.
It's actually
if
true.
we- if
They have not
we
used
learn
that
to-
line, by the way, the blessed country. We have used
yeah.
everything else. We should actually Sri Lanka.
Yeah, the blessed country.
Oh my God, they
Yeah.
paid millions for these
I know,
tourism companies. They
exactly.
should pay us. If you use it,
Copyright's
forget about him.
ours. Yeah.
Just give it to me. Now, for those who are watching, Dinesh, when you were growing up, how was it? How was the scene? What was like a special day? What was Sunday like? Would you come out, or is it something that you be at home? Does your mom cook?
My mom's the only one who cooked at home. So,
But you can cook really well.
I haven't come from a very affluent background. So
Okay.
a special day for me would have been when we had all three meals.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
But there might have been a kaha back there, no?
Yeah, I mean, try the best.
Yeah.
Try the best. I mean, we were never made to feel like we were short of anything.
Yeah.
And she was a single mother. She was a school teacher, and
Yeah, very similar.
yeah, and brought three children up. And I think I mentioned this in the
Yeah.
past as well. Taught us how to hold our head up and be poised and face the world.
Yeah. But it's amazing though, Dinesh somehow remained young because his younger brother does not, or twin. You
I have a twin, yeah.
Yeah, he has a twin. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
He looks like really old. I don't know how it happened. Even Minoli, his wife, was like, "How did this happen?" You have got the.
And he knows it, and he takes it quite well.
Sweet. Well, Dinesh, I wish you all the very best. One of the reasons why I spoke to him is to somehow get an idea of what the restaurants, the collective is actually doing to generate more business. You think of us, for us to think of them and sort of be out there, enjoy those special moments at these special places. Thank you so very much, as always.
Thank you so much for having me. Can I
Hospitality.
say one last thing? I would like to ask anybody who's watching this, we need to support the local economy, right? And nobody's going to come out of this alone.
Yeah.
We either all rise up together or we all go down together. So
Let's opt for rise up, no please.
rise up. Yeah. So we need to support the local industries, local economies, and travel around. Go to your local restaurant, whether it's a small one or a big one, doesn't matter. Just support the local economy, and we will come out of this much better than what we were before when we went into.
Brilliant. Well, on that note, let's wrap things up on the show. Until we see you with another episode of Danu on Fire, have yourself a great one.